Well, good afternoon everyone, and what a weekend it's been. Certainly here in the central control room it's been pretty crazy at times, with all sorts of data requests, etc. What we're going to do, seeing as you've still got about 26 minutes to go, we are just going to run through, play some music, get you sort of to chill down a little bit, but also get your things over the line if you haven't already, and have a look at some of the photos that we've received from around Australia and New Zealand. So we'll talk to you soon. Okay, we've got just under 5 minutes now. Hope you've got everything uploaded into Hackerspace. That's it, folks. Tools down. 5 o'clock. Hopefully everything's in Hackerspace. and you can now all relax and enjoy that cold one that might be sitting next to you, and it could be an orange juice or a beer or wine, whatever it might be. But just enjoy it. It's been an incredible weekend, to be honest. So what we would like, because this was our sort of first digital or hybrid digital event, we'd like feedback. We've got the Hack NZ Slack channel. Put some feedback in. Constructive criticism is always welcome, and we've already had some feedback. And yes, I know there was no Hash Pizza channel. We were looking at ways how we could do that, and now that we know that that's a sort of wanted thing, we're going to see what we can do next year. I know Auckland did get something organised in that vein. So give us your feedback. It is valued, and then we can act on it. And the sooner you give us that feedback, so if you do it now while you think about it, then we can sort of put that into the mix for next year. And we'll take it. We'll take what we can on board. Obviously, we have to run through the sponsors of GovHack. Without them, as I said at the beginning, it just wouldn't be possible. And Infosys, I hope some of you managed to use some of their tools, whether you're using UiPath or whether you used a Wingspan to learn some stuff, or whether you actually downloaded their machine learning component. I'd be really interested to see. I haven't actually looked at any of the competition entries, but I'm hoping that some of you got some benefit from the tools that were on offer. AWS, of course, are providing their credits, and it was nice of them to bump that from $50 to $100 worth. So that's really good. And then Cycle. I mean, these are the international sponsors, and so are helping both Australia and New Zealand. It's just amazing. And thanks very much for being a part of GovHack 2020. In New Zealand, we have PROAXIOM providing national sponsorship, lead corporate. And again, thanks to them for taking part and allowing them into their space and allowing the event to run once again in New Zealand. Around Australia, lots of national agency sponsors. As you can see here, CSIRO, etc. They've got some amazing data as well, so it's good to have them on board. Moving around, we had Slack and ARNet providing the Zoom capability. Slack, obviously, we used Slack quite a bit this weekend, and it got hammered a lot. And those of you who are looking at some of the Telstra APIs and some of the tool sets they had, I hope you made some use of those. Again, I'm going to be very interested looking at what projects have come up using various tools that have been made available. So around the community partners in Australia, again, everyone is a valued partner. Even if somebody says, hey, you can use our office space, it's just needed, because without those sponsors, where would people meet if they can in person? So here in New Zealand, and I know Tasmania and Mackay, you had physical events. So spaces have to be provided. So having local sponsors is really good. So judging. So what's going to happen now that you've got your projects up in Hackerspace? What's the next step? So over the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to start the judging, and the various sponsors will do the judging of the particular challenge projects, as well as the GovHack team themselves don't really do any of the judging. Ensure that all projects and assets for projects stay available. We would like them to stay available till after the red carpet events, red carpet awards, because it allows people to go back and have another look, and then it means that when we're putting together the red carpet awards, we can access the various projects, assets, and be able to put video, etc. together. So yeah, next 2 or 3 weeks, judging will get underway, and again, I can't wait for the outcome. Here's some of the judging criteria. I think, as you're aware, the originality, and does it fit? Is it relevant to market and public, or was it just something you thought of? Even those ideas are quite interesting, because people think of stuff that other people don't, and that's the beauty of GovHack, is you get people with off-the-wall ideas, and they could actually lead to something commercial. You never know. So obviously general relevance, and we also look at the eligibility to make sure that your data and project fits the actual challenge that was put up. There's also a People's Choice now. We do this every year, and this is one where you need to start voting. That'll open in the middle of next week, and that happens on Hackerspace. And you'll get an email telling you when that opens, and you can, as it says there, judge any project but not your own, and it'll be interesting to see people's choice. That can be quite a surprise winner. And this is what you're going to be looking for when you're making your people's choice selection. You're, again, looking for originality, purpose, etc. And instructions will come in the email that you'll receive when that people's choice voting opens. So photos, right? We tried to show a few of them in the lead up to 5 o'clock, and something went wrong with the random selection. I think it wasn't that random, but there's photos at GovHack Photos 2020. You can upload your photos there. The more the merrier. I know it's a bit awkward when you're remote and working on your own to get photos of what you've been doing, but if you have been able to sit with a colleague or work as a small team in those physical locations, please get photos up there because they're really good. One, it's great to see the vibe out in the field, if you like, at this sort of event, and then we can use it for promotional material for next year, where we can get more people like yourselves to come on board and take part in GovHack 2021. So we also, with the photos, we will reuse them, so you need to provide your photos under the Creative Commons license so that we can use them. If you don't want your photos to be reused, please don't upload them. Again, we talked about this at the beginning. If you're taking group photos still, which I'm not sure if you will be because you're probably all down tools and out the door, but if you are, just make sure everybody is happy to have their photos taken, and if they're not, then delete them. And if you're taking a picture of a video call, just block out the person who said, no, sorry, I don't want, well, they can turn their camera off obviously, but just block them out. Infosys are running the Life Hacks Challenge still, and that's going to run for, I think, another week or so. So if you've got a life hack, like here, somebody with a fan cooling down their noodles because it was too hot to eat, they were in a hurry. So do still enter the Infosys life hacks. Share the picture. Yeah, sorry, I've got Tara with me here, laughing. But yeah, put a photo of some crazy thing you've got around the house. I know you see those life hacks where people have got the crazy crazy devices for turning the light on in the room or turning the jug on to make a cuppa, but yeah, get those. You can do that until 7 p.m. and that's Australian Eastern, so we've still got a couple of hours. Awards. Right, this is going to be interesting. Awards, well, all depends on COVID really, how we're going to do this. So we're looking to take, I think it's the third weekend of October, we've got slated for the New Zealand Awards, and hopefully we can have them as a physical event, but we are just not sure yet. So you just have to keep an eye on the emails and social media regarding that. International Red Carpet Awards I think they're about the week after, actually, after the New Zealand Awards. And again, just keep watching emails and social media. We're just, at the moment, it's likely in Australia to be a digital only event, but anything can happen. So, they might be able to stamp it out, keep it out, recover from it, which was I think it was the Civil Defence Challenge. That's what they were saying, find a way to do that. So now it is time to relax and check out some videos. Go to Hackerspace, have a look at some of the videos from the other projects, see what they've done. Have a look at your own video again and say, oh yeah, that's cool. If we did a cool project, because there are some cool projects out there. I really would just like to say thank you very much for all those that took part. We had about 23 projects here in New Zealand, and just great credit to you all for taking part and bearing with us in this first hybrid digital physical event. For those of you who are connected to the Auckland event, please look out and join the Zoom Auckland channel. They want to do a little local sort of presentation thing, so join that after this. So I'm now just going to hand over to Tara Green, and I just want to say thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you in 2021. Tara.
Kia ora tātou anō te iwi. So I hope everyone's enjoyed their weekend. Just want to mihi to everyone with the great projects that they've produced. Kia ora tātou. Me kareke wakamutunga. Kia tātou katoa, te ata wai o tō tātou ariki, a ehu karaiti, me te aroha o te atua, me te whiwhinga taitanga, mo ake, kororia ki te ingoa tapu, Āmene. Āmene, everybody.
Āmene.